All right, good morning, everybody. How are you doing today? Welcome in to the last day of March 2023. This is a daily reading. These readings this week have kind of been bigger picture than just daily readings, but let's just see where we go today, okay? All right, so feel free to swap around any energies. Just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. This is a general reading. In the extended, I'll pull cards for each zodiac sign just to get you some more guidance individually, okay? All right, so let's see where we go. All right, whoops, okay. The Forest Temple, Enlightenment. Nice. Wild Rose, Fairy, Love. That's one of my favorite cards of all time. Moonlight Enchantment, Magic. Wow. Okay, so this is definitely a departure from some of the readings I've been seeing this week where we're kind of taking, I'm going to use this, where we're taking a different direction, moving away from something that is slowing us down or keeping us in an old energy. Sometimes it's leaving behind relationships or careers or just choices that we've made that now have come to an end. This movement from Pluto into Aquarius seems really loud to me, and I'm noticing with the notes and all of the things that you're sending me that a lot of people are being impacted by this energy in a really, really strong way. So let's see. Yep, there we go. The Judgment card, High Priestess, Eight of Cups, Ace of Swords. So there's a sense of a spiritual awakening here. Okay, obviously we have this Enlightenment energy. This is card number 19. And we have the Judgment card and the High Priestess. This is really about opening a new portal to your alignment and really getting a sense of it. And it's almost like, okay, you can't unsee that. You just have to do it. So, I feel like a lot of people that have been coming awake recently, I've been in this experience since 2008. And it does feel like there is a new wave right now, a big new wave of people opening up to their enlightenment, but not just like, oh, now I'm on a spiritual path or everything like that, like the beginning part of it. This feels like a higher octave of the spiritual path. And what I like about this is the Eight of Cups and the Ace of Swords. It's almost like I do know that this is my calling and I am going toward it. Like there's not this sense of, is this what I'm supposed to be doing on this planet? There's not this questioning, which has been going on for a couple of years now. I've noticed with a lot of folks on the channel that they're not quite sure about their path because their 3D life is so freaking loud. And I feel like that's happening because it's dying. Okay, the 3D experience that we've had since we've been on this planet, since I've been on the planet since the mid 60s in the 20th or 21st century or 20th century is definitely now showing up to be a path that's closing up. And so I feel like more of us on the spiritual path, it's no longer an opportunity to kind of dip in and out of it. It's kind of like, hey, you really got to go in this spiritual direction. And yes, Ace of Pentacles, the Death card, wow, Seven of Wands. There are a lot of people leaving this planet right now. I am stunned at how much I'm hearing about that from you guys and in my own life. It's really quite amazing. So Three of Pentacles, Two of Wands, the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, the Empress, and the Strength card. Boy, this card has been loud. This is about courageous choices, and courageous choices that are coming from our spiritual calling, that we are now being asked to step into it in a much more concrete way. Okay? If you'll notice, this Three of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles is an earth energy. I see Taurus as part of Empress here. Taurus and Libra, Leo, Scorpio, big transformation. And you know, some of you guys have been on this path for quite a long time, and I almost feel like when it gets more and more to the point of divergence, where there are people who have chosen to stay in the 3D and not to move into their spiritual path, not really, you know, you can see them kind of wobbling a little bit, maybe kind of dabbling in spiritual their spiritual connection, or, you know, starting to learn to meditate, taking tarot and astrology and other kind of practices more seriously. I do feel like there's a lot of people with physical issues that are getting worse. Okay, we're seeing a lot of that happening. And, like, you know, what are we here to do? Are we here to be a healing presence? Are we here to shine our light? Yes. Are we here to be that healing presence? Yes. But healing is more about holding space for people. It's not about the actual doingness of it, the actual King of Pentacle or Three of Pentacleness of it. On the other hand, I do see that we're being transformed by this spiritual path into something that does have tangible expressions. So it used to be, and I feel like I walked this path for a long time, of walking the path of my, you know, my spiritual calling, doing the readings, doing all this kind of stuff. There is this sense of like, well, the 3D life is still here because we still have a physical body, right? Like, we're not giving that up. We're not leaving that piece of it. And so there are people who are choosing not to walk the path of their spiritual calling, and so they might be going in a very different direction from us. It's almost like the thing with the foot on the dock and the foot on the boat, right? Like going in two different directions. I feel like more and more the spiritual path is showing up in a physical way. Meaning there's collaborations that are being offered to you. There are decisions being offered to you that will help you with financial stability. And it comes through the door of spiritual awakening. It's not coming through the door of 3D anymore. No longer is it something divergent, that's something separate. The magic of the spiritual awakening is now offering you some tangible ways of expressing it in the world. Okay, and we are here on this planet to do that. We are here to shine the light for other people, to use our spiritual gifts. I feel like this is a real stepping up into a new level. Was it yesterday? No, it was Wednesday when I was in my Ascension group. We meet at 3:30 on Wednesdays. And it's just been very obvious to me that the spiritual calling is getting louder, and that also we're making decisions that are making for new kinds of physical expressions of your life energy, of how you're being in the world, of how you're choosing to step into your calling. And I feel like for some of us, you know, the initial door has been tarot, astrology, these kinds of things. And now I feel like it's almost moving me in a direction and moving other people that I know that are doing this into a level of mysticism, mediumship, you know, sort of plugging into the collective more for healing purposes and using those gifts for healing purposes. This is the High Priestess. The High Priestess is this spiritual connection. It's very 12th house. It's very much about mysticism, shamanism. And, you know, initially maybe a lot of us have gone through the door of astrology and tarot. I do feel like there's a new higher calling showing up very soon. And some of the people who are resisting it, the Seven of Wands, please clarify the Seven of Wands. Some of you might be resisting the calling because of a lack of clarity of how it's going to work in my 3D life. Okay, Six of Pentacles, Hierophant, the Two of Cups, and the Moon. Yeah, there's a fear around becoming a healer, a teacher, or a guide. What's going to happen to my partnership? What's going to happen to my financial stability? What's going to happen? There's a lot of fear around this. And, you know, stepping into being a teacher, stepping into enlightenment in a very, very strong way. And what's going to happen with love? I think it's interesting here that we're getting this combination. And that kind of moves me in the direction of twin flame a little bit, because we do have a mission and a purpose with our twin flames, and we are here to do that with them. The magic that is showing up here, moonlight enchantment. There is the moon here, and this Eight of Cups has been showing pretty loud. We do have a full moon in Libra coming up April 5th. All right, anything further about that? Full moon in Libra coming up April 5th. Yep, Page of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, Knight of Swords, Five of Pentacles. All right, Two of Swords, the Page of Swords, and one more, please. Tower. Wow. Okay. All right. So, some of you are going to make the choice to allow this higher calling. And it might come in the guise of a person. It might come in the guise of something new to learn, something new to really step into your calling and make it your job, make it your career, figure out the financial piece of this, because you do have, but at the end of the day, it's really, you know, are you helping people or are you not helping people? That's really the dividing line here of, if you're doing something that's plugged into the collective, that is going to be supported financially. I do feel like there is going to be some kind of financial situation going on, or people that are drawn to you may come from a place of having gone through a lot of these cycles of, you know, change in our 3D life. Okay. Lots of cycles. So when you're in the spiritual path, I used to think of it as like a spiral. Okay. This is a visual that has come to me many, many times. And sometimes in the spiritual path, we can, you know, jump up to a new level. We can just miss a step entirely, and maybe not miss. Maybe it's not necessary based on your past life incarnations and what was already learned. But it's what I'm seeing here is you're jumping to a new level of your calling, and there's other people who are not going to understand this. Okay, I feel like there is some kind of Tower, Five of Pentacles thing going on with the 3D world, and so we're going to not have a lot of choice. We're going to be shoved in the direction of our spiritual callings, and that will bring financial stability. It will bring it, even though like in the beginning you might have thought, oh boy, that's really gonna screw with my 401k, right? Like you might have felt that way. But I'm here to tell you, as somebody who has stepped into their spiritual calling, I did so because I was pressed to the wall, and I was like, listen, this is what feels good to me. And I started doing what I'm doing, which is what you're watching right in front of you. And that has taken me in different directions. Now there's a bigger calling that's showing up, and I'm like, okay, take me where that wants me to go. I feel like some of you are in alignment with me. Those of you who watch this channel, I do see a similarity between my path and your path. And we are on this kind of trajectory that is bringing us in a new higher, a new higher opportunity. It may seem like magic. It may seem like enlightenment, because it is. Tower, Eight of Wands, Judgment, High Priestess. It is enlightenment. Did you think you'd get here? Let's see where it goes. Okay, I'm going to continue on with this reading. Pathfinders, let's just keep going. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.